Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Limited Lorcana. Before we got started, there was a couple things I want to talk about. One, they've actually added Shimmering Skies to the sealed and draft, so I'll be doing one of those sometime this week, probably one of each. And the other thing I wanted to say was the second episode of my Limited Lorcana has gotten about 50 views, and I just wanted to thank everybody who's been watching it and people who've been sharing it and everything. Thank you so much. It means a lot, and I really do appreciate it. But before we do Shimmering Skies, we're gonna hop in there and we're gonna do another draft. This time we're gonna do Ursa's Return. We did the sealed yesterday, so today we're gonna do the draft. We're gonna get started here. So our rares, we have a Creaky and a Sisu. We have a Magic Room foil, which is just a great one drop. Louisa is a really, really good three drop. She's a 4/4 almost always, especially in this format. She is very, very strong. Mickey Mouse can definitely catch your opponents off surprise, because you can give a character support that normally wouldn't have it, and then be able to quest with that character and have another character take it out and just be more action efficient. I think though we're gonna start with Sisu. It's a good three drop. Um, in like draft and sealed, it most likely be like somewhere between 3 and 4 strength for a little bit, so that's not bad. And it's just a two quester for three. Definitely can't complain. Creaky is also not bad. Definitely has some good value. It's inkable and it quests for three, so it's between these two. But I'm gonna start with the Sisu. Okay, our other rare that we got in another pack is Field of Ice. We are not going to be taking that. This is not very good. So look at some of these other cards. Magic Broom's a great one drop to have. Ursula's not as valuable. Not many songs that are under four that I'm looking to cast. So probably looking at Mulan for stats or Megara. Hercules, there's also an argument to be made for him or even Little Hercules. I think. Hmm. Maybe we take Megara for 4/4 quester. No, we're gonna take Mulan. She's just a better fighter in general. Gives us a 4 drop. We are going to take Flotsam. This card is really, really strong. Pegasus is also a very big contender, but this card is when it's banished in challenge, you return it to your hand. There have been so many games where I've been able to clear their board over multiple turns by having this swing, replay it, having it swing, replaying it the next, like the following turn each time, but very, very good. Okay, another Flotsam, huh? I don't think I've ever taken two. I don't think I've been offered two before. Kind of between Donald Duck, Cogsworth, and Flotsam. Benja can be okay as well. Bodyguard is pretty good. It's a nice, and he's got a nice effect to give you a lore. Can even help close out a game, but I wouldn't count on it. We have a 4 drop and two 3 drops. Hmm. Yeah, I kind of think we're just gonna take another Flotsam. Okay, what do we have here? We've got a Magic Broom, a Fali, a Stitch. Ariel can be okay if you've got a shift target in a song. I mean, it's a little bit of fantasy land, but can still be good. Her stats aren't bad. We're gonna take Magic Broom. We need to have some one drops. I don't have any Mickeys to buff Challenger or anything, so the 1/3 stat line matters a little less to me, and rather the ability to draw is more valuable. So I'll start with the Broom. Here, I'm kind of between Dodge, Aladdin, and Yao. Pete as a 1/5 just doesn't fight very well. Quest for 2, like he's got a big body, but I just find most times you play this, they find a way to be able to take it out with one card or even just using an item to help benefit, and you're not that far ahead. I'd rather have a 4 drop like Mulan, something that's a 3/6 can fight. Aladdin can be good just for the items that you don't expect, Rose Lantern, stuff like that. And a 3/3 for 3, there's nothing to scoff at. I think we're going to take Dodge just because I don't have any way to deal with Dodge yet. And I'd rather make sure I have one of these earlier than later. But I definitely could speculate on wheeling or just getting more of these later. A lot of people tend to pass these up, but I'm going to take it just to be on the safe side. But Aladdin or Yao are also very eligible targets. So, funny enough, we actually have a Jetsam, which we could pair with Floatsums. Um, because Floatsum gives the banish effect to Jetsam, and Jetsam gives the challenger effect to Floatsum. And if I'm honest, I think I'm gonna take that over Antonio. Um, Tuk Tuk is good too. We do need some two drops, but I think we're gonna take this Jetsam because we have the two Floatsums. Little bit of natural synergy in our pool. Could take Julieta. Could also take Camilio. We don't want Glean. Flounder again. It's just a little expensive. We don't have any aerials. Think we're just gonna take Camilio. I just have had so much luck with this. If I need a high quester and I'm racing, he's a two quester, and if I need something to help me clear off the board, he's a challenger and has high toughness. So we're gonna take a Mickey Mouse here. We're gonna take a Vitalisphere. We already have two Uninkables, so I want to give us some more room to take some later. Take Pain because seldom all they see is not very good. Can be okay, but the fact that it doesn't replace is a little bit of a hindrance. And Hercules. So we got a Hercules back anyway, which is not bad. Okay. Our rares are RLS Legacy and Lumiere. In this format, it's hard to really have a lot of ways to draw cards. So RLS Legacy, I find more often than not, is kind of a dud. Can give you a way to deal with evasives if you're really desperate and you have no way at all. But I would lean more towards this Lumiere for 2, which is most likely what we're going to be taking. Or Prince Eric is great. 655, and if you have Ursula, and it's not a 0% chance you do, they've got multiple Ursulas in the set. So we're going to take Lumiere though. Other rare is Dang Hu. Other villain characters gain support 535. It's not bad. For this stat line though, because I don't really think I'm going to get much benefit of her effect, I would rather just take Li Shang, 5 drop 5/5, which is kind of what we're looking at doing. We don't have a lot of late game, we have a lot of mid game. So I'm looking at Diablo, Magic Broom, or Li Shang, I think. Megara also is a possibility. Nessus is also a possibility. I kind of want to take a 1 drop here, but it's important to get late game, and I think this Broom will most likely wheel. This Diablo might not wheel, and I would like to have the Diablo. It's just, even if you don't have the shift target or anything like that, just being able to see what your opponent has in their hand allows you to play your cards much more efficiently and play around their ways of removal. So there's a lot of value in seeing your opponent's hand, but I think we're going to take a Li Shang here. Okay, what do we got here? Got Ward, another Floatsome. I don't think we're going to take a third one. Beast with Resist. Not as many ways to buff. We don't have a lot of Challenger as much. I think we're just going to take this Donald Duck. There's an argument to be said about Aurora. Just gives us a Ward, and it's a 2-drop 1/3. But I'd rather the 2/3, no wards for 2. Another dodge option. Mickey Mouse. Have a Mulan if we have actions. Don't really have that many actions in our deck, so we're not super worried about that. With these Olafs, most likely going to take Bell here. This is another way that can kind of help you take care of evasives, being able to move damage, especially if they have like a 3/1 Pegasus or a 1/1 Pegasus. Being able to play Bell and move a damage and just take it out is very helpful. So probably going to take a Bell, but we're pretty high on 3 drops, so we need to be mindful of that for the future. Gonna take Hidden Cove here. Hidden Cove just changes the math so much and is so valuable. If it wasn't Hidden Cove, it would definitely be Pluto. What do we have here? Maribel. It's a good 2-drop. Vitalisphere, we already have one. I'm not too worried about getting another one. Yeah, we're just gonna take a Maribel and be happy with having a support. Here, don't really think we want Snuggly Duckling. We do actually have some high strength characters though, with Hercules, Li Shang, Lumiere even buffing a couple people up, but I think the breakpoint is 5. No, it's 6. Yeah, so 6 challengers. So we'd have to have Lumiere and Li Shang out, or it'd have to be the big Hercules. So don't think that's what we quite want to do. I think we're probably gonna cut any of these, but I think we're gonna take a Julieta. Brawl, we just have to take for reasons I stated in a previous one with sealed. You just need to be able to deal with Flens, need to be able to deal with Diablos, and it's inkable. So if they never play any of the targets you need it for, you can ink it. And if you need to use it, you most likely be able to find a target still. Ooh, these are all getting cut. So I will take Greatstone Dragon on the off chance I do want to play it, because it is playable. Has ink. It's just so slow for ramp, though. We're going to take a Nessus here. Could take Megara. We do have our Hercules, but not too worried about that. Flotsam came back, so we didn't get the Broom or the Diablo. And Rose Lantern. Yeah, most likely cutting one of these Flotsams. Might be cutting this Hercules. Might run him. He's not bad, so most likely cutting this Greatstone Dragon, and Rose Lantern again could be an okay way to deal with evasive characters. So we just kind of have to see what we end with. We might run it, might not. Pain is kind of a plain 3-drop. Julieta is kind of a plain 3-drop. I mean, she has the ability to draw me a card, so I'm more likely to run her than anything else, but her stat line's not very, like, I'll draw the card off of her to replace it, but she's not most likely going to help me trade up at all. So Cinderella, big singer. We don't have any sing togethers like Mob Song, anything like that. So not too worried about taking this. Foil Sisu. Most likely what I would take just because it's worth a little bit. And it's just a good 3-drop. But Triton gives us a way to deal with evasives, and I think we're kind of desperate for that. Daisy Duck also is good for the ability to discard. So unfortunately, I think we're going to pass the Sisu and go for the Triton. Another Hercules, huh? Under the Sea. Kind of wish we'd seen that with the Cinderella, but we don't have a lot of the combo pieces to help put this together, so it's not as good. As far as uninkables go, I mean, we do have a good amount of uninkables. I think we have like 5 we're looking to maybe play. So Hidden Inkcaster is not bad, gives us a way to draw, but we do need some 2-drop bodies to play on turn 2. I think we're gonna just go with Stitch, but there's an argument for Inkcaster for sure. TikTok is just another way to deal with evasives. So does Tuk Tuk. But I want a little bit of a late game card, so I'll take the Tuk Tuk. Tor is also pretty good. He might not have any text, but just being a big character a lot of times is enough in sealed and draft. We're going to take Chinpo here, Crate Bodyguard. Magic Broom's another way to deal with evasives, and now I think we're really comfortable where we're at for evasives. I don't think we need to draft to beat them as much anymore. 1-drops, we have a Broom. I think that's all we have for 1-drops. But we don't have a lot of ways of buff spelling, so 1-3 is a little lackluster, but still think it's probably where we're going to end up. Okay, Mob Song is it's a weird thing because Mob Song is good and bad. It's not the best top deck late game. A lot of times because you don't have enough ink, and if the board's been traded off. So a lot of times if you have Mob Song, you have to play a certain way and just hope they don't have enough removal. Dig a little deeper, you're more likely to be able to play it if you've lost most of your board. But Mob Song can just be such a game turner, so we'll run one. If we had the Ink Caster, it'd be even better. We're going to take a Pluto here. It's a little bit more of a late game, gives us damage removal. I don't really want to run any of these, truth be told. Pirate's Life could be okay. The only worry with Gunther is that if they have an ability that triggers when they enter the play, you kind of less likely to want him. And a 4-cost 3/3 quest for 2, he just most likely gets traded like by a 2-drop or a 3-drop, and you kind of lose a little bit of the efficiency there. I think I'm actually gonna take the Winter Camp. I'm more likely to play the Winter Camp just so I have a location, some way to like pull my opponent into attacking, so I'm able to banish some of his characters. Inkcaster's great. Marshmallow, we're not going to run, but Avalanche, we're not going to run. So that definitely gave us a lot of cards that we do want to cut, but it's not bad. Okay, I think we're going to take this Medallion Weights, though. Medallion Weights is a little bit too valuable. It's draw. Yeah. Yeah, it's just going to have to be Medallion Weights. Oh, another Medallion Weight. We're going to take a Dolores. This gives us draw. 4-drop, 3-3. Quest for 2. I know this is kind of the Gunther argument, but she draws the card as soon as she enters play. So, very good card. Probably, no, probably not a Li Shing. It's probably going to be Mickey Mouse. I think we're pretty good on our late game. Yeah, we're going to take a Mickey Mouse. Any 1-drop would be great. We're going to take a Magic Broom over a Stitch because they're both 2-drop, 2/3s. Could take a Camellia or a Jacques, but I think we're just going to take another 2/3 that has a meaningful effect. We have a lot of ways to remove damage, so Chifu's possible. Vision Slab, we have some ways to put damage on. But it doesn't... This is just a really slow item. Your turn 3, you want to be playing a character. If you play your Vision Slab turn 3 to get the most amount of turns with lore, and they're able to trade those characters out, you just kind of feel like you're now behind because you gave up such an important turn. We're going to take Bell. We're going to take another Mickey here. Did we take that one, Li Shang? We did not, so we'll take this Li Shang. Could take Medallion Weights too, but I'm good with just having one and having another big body. Inkcaster in case we want to run 2. It cycles itself either way late game. Sisu is probably the one I'm the most likely to play, but Pain's actually inkable, so I'm going to take Pain. We're pretty high on inkables, even with 2 Inkcasters. We're going to have to cut so many cards. We can only cut 8, so... Alright, let's see where we ended up. So, we're going to run Hidden Cove for sure. Mob Song, I think we're going to run. We're going to run Brawl and Dodge. Probably 2 Inkcasters, 1 Medallion Weight, and 1 Vitalosphere. Run these bells, Chimpos, Daisy, Dolores. Let me actually sort this by cost. Magic Broom. These are only 1-drops, so we do want both of those. Run 2 Magic Aerial Cleaners, 2 Standard Bearers. Run a Maribel. We're not going to run Stitch Alien Dancer because we have the 2-drops with Magic Brooms and the 2-drop with Maribel that we want to play, or Lumiere. So we got 4 2-drops we want to play on turn 2. Mickey Mouse, I didn't count in that because we most likely want to play him on like turn 3 or in combination with something, or we play him on turn 2 if we have a turn 1, and we don't have a lot of turn 1s. So, but not having a lot of early game isn't a bad thing. These floatsomes, we're going to take a Jetsam. I think we're going to take 2 floatsomes. Most likely going to be forced to take 3 because of how many cards we have to cut. Not going to run Julieta, although most likely we will end up having to. We're going to run Pains, Sisu, the Mickey Mouse Leader of the Band, the Armored Fighter, Triton, Hercules. I'm going to skip if I can. Li Shang's, Pluto, Nessus, TikTok. What are we at? 36. We're going to have to run 4 more cards. So we will run another Stitch. That's another 2-drop. We will run Julieta. It's a draw. Probably going to run this Hercules. And probably going to run the Flotsam. I think the only character we're able to cut is Marshmallow. Yep. But don't really want to go up another Inkcaster. Hercules is probably better than the 3rd Inkcaster for sure. So, good with this. And let's get started. Not a lot of early game, but we kind of know going into what our deck is that we're most likely not going to. I'm going to keep my draw in my hand, and I think Bell as well. Okay. This isn't the best hand, but it's not bad. We're just going to have to take a couple turns off. We're going to ink. I think we're going to ink Pain here. We'll pass. Con. Okay. Shang. Don't think we're going to have enough time to play Bell and Julieta. So I think we're going to ink Julieta. We'll play Hidden Ink Caster. And then we'll just outright play Bell, most likely. Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. Let's see, we draw. Pass. See what they play. Or, sorry, not Bell. We're most likely going to play Flotsam. Well, actually with Hey Hey, maybe we don't now. Because Bell can actually take out the Hey Hey. Sisu, if he inks, plays a card, he goes to 2. Draws, he'll go to 3. Yeah, he'll most likely, this most likely will have 3 strength. So I'm going to ink Donald Duck. I'm going to play this Sisu. Sisu will most likely be able to take out this Hey Hey if he swings with it. And then I'll be able to move damage to something using Bell. Hindsight, Julieta was actually better to keep over Bell in this situation because being able to heal the 2 is more important. Well, I'm not going to be able to challenge who I want anyway. But I will still be able to challenge and take out Prince Eric. And I'll be able to play Bell. Yeah, it has to be Bell. So I can move a damage off of Sisu. 1. And we're going to put it on Con. I want to encourage him to trade Con off. If it's Hey Hey, I'm already great with that. And Aladdin can't take out Sisu anymore because of the Bell. So that's kind of where we're at. We're going to ink this Li Shang. A lot of uninkables in our hand. Oh, I forgot. We have Ink Caster. We can ink uninkables. Well, could have inked a Flotsam. He's going to trade off the Con like I mentioned. And now we can take, with Bell, we can take out Hey Hey. And then if he wants to take out Bell, it's anything. Oh, whenever she's challenged, each opponent, when you play this. Oh, and whenever she's challenged, okay. Yeah, I think we're going to discard a Hercules. Maybe not, though. Maybe we could play Hercules, take out Aladdin, and then have... Yeah, actually, we're going to discard a Flotsam. We're going to ink this Broom. Play this Hercules. Have Hercules take out the Aladdin, keep him healthy. And then take out Bell. Or sorry, not Bell, Hey Hey. Pass. Now they've got 1 card in hand. Oh, 2 cards in hand. Most likely playing that to bodyguard it. And I'm not too upset if I have to trade off my board here, but start with a Dolores. Daisy Duck. Oh, with Daisy Duck, Lumiere should have 2 strength. No. I kind of think I should ink this, but I think I might actually just be able to wait. I think I'm going to be able to wait, so I most likely won't ink this turn. I'm going to have Bell take out Eric. I'm going to have to discard, so this works out. I'll discard her. And pass. Binja. Seems pretty good. Play a Flotsam here. Also play Lumiere. And we're just going to quest Dolores. If he wants to trade it with Benja, he can. He most likely will. Oh, no, he quested. Well, that works for me because then I can just take it out with Flotsam and replay Flotsam. Replay Flotsam. I'm going to ink this Cove. It's a little bit late for it, and he's only playing a card a turn. And we're actually just going to go to out-tempo him and brawl this Tuk Tuk and just push questing. I'm not going to quest the Lumiere just because he could have Hercules. Well, he doesn't. So it works out for me. I quest this Dolores and quest this Flotsam. And I'm actually going to pass here. I don't want to quest the Lumiere just because he can take it out with both of them and it's just in a good spot. And I don't really need to ink a card here. I'd rather just keep my hand count a little high. Even if it means I'm only playing one card a turn, I'm at least playing something. So, take out. Doesn't matter. Actually, they both, because they have +1, they both take out whoever they challenge. I am going to quest Lumiere now. And we're just going to go ahead and play a Shang and pass. Don't need to do this, but I'm going to ink Mulan. And I'm going to play Pluto, heal Flotsam. That way Flotsam can take out this Broom. And I won't have to replay him this turn, and then I will play the Broom out. Because now at this point, it's just I want to put him in a spot where he's on the back foot, and I'm able to race him and put him on a lethal timer. Because this is 4, 6, 8, 9, and I'm at 13. Yep, and there's no comeback now. This is kind of what I'm talking about with having like more high cost cards in your deck is really valuable. Yeah, they're ink early if you need it. But even a lot of the games you'll see, I ink my early game while playing the rest of my early game. That way, when I just draw later, I'm drawing into my high cost cards. And playing them has a lot of value. Okay. We're not going to keep this Vital Sphere. Not going to keep this Cove. I think we're going to keep Brawl. And I think that actually might be it. Because none of these are characters I really want to play on turn 3. Like, I can play Pain on turn 3, and that's fine. But, yeah, that's what we're going to do. But I need some 1-drops or 2-drops or 3-drops that are, like, meaningful effects. Yep, this is actually great. We got a 1-drop, a 2-drop, and a 3-drop. Arguably, I could have kept Mob Song, but I would have to have known what I was going to draw, and that's a little dishonest to say, oh, I knew I was going to draw this, so I would have kept it. Although, if I kept Mob Song, I would have got Daisy, and Daisy, being able to play Daisy on turn 1, Maribel on turn 2, and then turn 3 I can quest Maribel, support Daisy, swing into Folly, and then have Belle heal and move the damage potentially is pretty good. I think we're actually going to ink the Pluto here. We're going to play 1, 2, 3. I want to keep Magic Broom in case we need it. It's actually going to be Donald Duck I ink. Play this. Yeah, no, it definitely should have been a 3-drop there I was inking. I don't know why I thought about Pluto. Pluto maybe next turn, but not this turn. Yep, we drew another big cost card. Ink Pluto now. We are going to play this Maribel to set up for the things that I mentioned. We'll pass. Hercules, okay. Well, quest Maribel. We're gonna buff Daisy Duck. And have Daisy Duck take out Mickey. I'm gonna ink this Brawl. Play this Bell. Move the damage to Hercules. And this way, if Hercules takes out Maribel, then um, then he'll be traded off as well. And if he goes for Daisy Duck, which he'll most likely do, he's left at 2 health, and I'll be able to take it out however I need to on a following turn. Yep. So Bell can take out Fa, I'm sorry. It's not that I'm gonna be taking out Hercules. It's that I can quest and force him to trade his Hercules into me eventually. And however he trades it, I'll be able to still quest that turn. I think is what I was trying to say. I'm going to play. I think I'm gonna play Brim, and I actually think I'll play the Vitalis for now, and I'll pass. I don't really want to ink here. My hand's pretty low cost cards. Not super worried about ramping to 5 for Hercules. Not to say that I won't draw a good 5 drop this turn, but I just think I have better things to do right now. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? I definitely want to clear off his board right now. I can do Hercules with Broom. I think I'm gonna do it this way. Maribel's gonna take that out. Belle's gonna take out Folly because she'll still be around, and then I'll take out with Magic Broom. And I'll play the Sisu as a quester, and I will ink the Mickey behind this, and I'll pass. Excuse me, sorry about that. The reason I do it like this is the Vital Sphere can help weaponize Sisu if I need to, have him swing into anything on a following turn. Establishes a big quester now, um, and the inking so that I can play Hercules this turn as if I needed to like take out a challenger. Gives me something to fight with. Ink the Broom. Play this Flotsam. Quest with Bell. And we're going to quest with Sisu as well. And we'll pass. Okay. It's not too bad. Play Pain. Flotsam's going to take this guy out. And I really don't want him to quest. So I think I am going to quest with both of these. And however he goes about it, I can kind of swing back in a way that benefits me, whether it's he takes out Bell or he takes out Sisu or does 3 damage to Sisu. Flotsam could swing into it. I'll just replay Flotsam this turn because I have nothing else to do. But he didn't do that, so I'm just going to quest with everyone that isn't Flotsam, and I'm just going to go have Flotsam take out this 2 quester. And I'll replay him on a following turn if I need to. Hercules, okay. So you got Sisu or Pain, yeah. Well, I think I'm just gonna play the Jetsam. I guess I could. Nah, I'm gonna ink Jetsam. That way I can have Flotsam challenge this Hercules, and then just replay both. And now he'll never be able to take care of those. difficult enough to take care of one of these, it'd be pretty difficult to take care of both in a way that meant they weren't going to come back. So now I can just quest for the game. And go to 20, and that will be game 2. Going into game 3. We got a 1-drop, 2-drop, and I think I'm gonna take I'm gonna keep Maribel and Lumiere just in case those are one of the ones that I end up wanting to play. And I think I'm gonna keep Flotsam as well. This gives me a good way to fight. Yeah, I mean I'm pretty happy with this. Ink, Stitch, play Daisy, pass. If he plays like a Broom or a Diablo, or Li Shang even, now I can play Lumiere and Quest. Ink. I think we're actually going to be a little bit on the aggressive side this game, and doing Brawl on turn 3 is really not what I want to do. So I'm going to play Lumiere, and we're going to Quest right away, and pass. That is pretty good for us. So we have Daisy take it out. He could have Hercules. I don't think I am going to Quest Lumiere. Well, I guess if he has Hercules, he's going to take out Daisy or Lumiere either way. And if he takes out Lumiere, then Daisy could just swing back later. We're going to ink. I know I said we're going to be a little bit racing, but I think I'm going to ink my pain, even though he's a 2-quester, and play this Flotsam in case we have to take care of something. Because I think it's going to be Reckless Hercules this turn, if I were to guess, or Rush Hercules. Okay, Rush Peter Pan is about the same thing. A little worse for us, though, because it's evasive. So we are going to play this Donald Duck. And we're going to give Daisy extra. And we're just going to quest to 5. And I think we're going to ink this Maribel. We're going to pass. We very much emptied our hand very fast, so we kind of have to hope that they don't have a lot of late game characters. That's really good for them, really bad for us. Kind of wish I had that brawl now, huh? We're going to play Mickey Mouse to set up for Mob Song next turn, and we're going to do nothing else. We're just going to pass it back to our opponent. Because I don't want to give him an easier time of removing any of my characters. Hades is not quite ideal for us because it doesn't get taken out by Mob Song, and he can swing back and take out Donald. But we really don't have too much of a choice. So, sing with these. And we're going to do 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. And, I think we're actually going to ink this Sisu. Actually, do we ink the Sisu now? If we pass the turn, next turn, and we don't get an inkable card and we can't play it. No, Nessus is 2 turns away either way. Well, no. If we top deck ink, then yeah, we could play him next turn. So we will ink the Sisu and risk it. Okay, Ursula. Oh, I guess arguably I should have thought about the fact I'm most likely going to use Flotsam to take out this Hades. So replaying it with Sisu would have been good. Actually. Huh. I just don't have anybody who's damaged to transfer the damage over to, so. But next turn, if he quests out, Flotsam can swing into Ursula. Or no, I'll quest Mickey Mouse, sorry. I'd quest Mickey Mouse, buff Flotsam. Flotsam takes out Pete, takes the damage, then I have Bell transfer the damage to Hades. I think I'd rather just set up for that. Kind of wish I hadn't inked Wow, that's actually really, really tough for us. We can't take out Pete anymore. We can still take Ursula though. But he's questing till 12, and next turn he's gonna be able to go to 15. Yeah, that's rough. Okay, we're gonna challenge this Ursula. I guess there's an argument we could do Pete and then use Bell the Mystic. It's two. I'd be getting two lore. I'd be stopping two lore either way. So this way, we take out a big guy who could actually potentially get healed. And so 4, 7, 9. Yeah, we're gonna Ink Nessus and play Pain so that Pain and Bell can take out Pete and Flotsam can take out Fazu if we need to. Assuming he quests, but in real life, your opponent might not quest here, so if I was the opponent, I wouldn't quest that turn, or maybe I quest Fazu or something. Probably not. I just probably wait. Because I'm so high in lore, I can just wait until I can quest for 5 and go to 20 and force me to have the answers every time. But he got another 2 quester, so that's still working pretty good for him. Unfortunately, though, none of my characters get banished by taking out this Pete, which was like one of the downsides I mentioned earlier. You take this out. And if Aurora swings into Pain to get an efficient trade, we are ecstatic for that because it means 2 lore he didn't quest. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good actually, being able to draw here. And hopefully getting another 3-drop. Hopefully something with 2 lore. So we have to take out Aurora, but it has to be a 1-quester. So it's either Flotsam or Jets, or sorry, Flotsam or Bell. I think it's gonna be Flotsam. Well, I guess I should draw first. We're gonna heal Pain to draw a card. Medallion weights. No, this doesn't. Yeah, we'll just have Flotsam take out Aurora, and we'll replay it, and then we will quest. Going to 9 and pass. With the AI being on the advantage, oh no, we're gonna lose to Pete. We're gonna lose to Pete after I said he wasn't very good. That's unfortunate. Yeah, and I don't have the Brawl in my deck, so I don't have Sisu. I don't think I have any outs to this Pete. Play the medallion weight. Yeah, because questing is 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we needed him to not have a 2-quester. So medallion weights. Bell. Have her take out the broom, draw a card. Dolores. Yep, that's not gonna do it. So this is gonna be our first loss to the AI, which we kept a pretty aggro hand and they just got some efficient trades, and that's kind of the downside, like I mentioned, to like having a deck that's all low drops is when you play the low side curve of your deck and you don't get into the late game, and you don't have high drops to curve into for the late game, you just kind of like get up there in lore, but then you just kind of stall out. So that's one loss. We're gonna run it back and hopefully get this game 3. Okay, I'm gonna keep Broom and Mickey to buff something to fight. Okay, we're getting one of these Mickeys and pass. Okay. It's not too bad for us. Gonna ink. I think we're gonna ink this Jetsam. Yeah, I think we're gonna ink a 3-drop. So we're gonna play Broom now. Pass. Okay. I'm gonna play this Mickey Mouse to establish it, and I've got Lumiere to help me if I need it to take out a trade next turn. We'll take out Fa Zhao now, and that way, if he takes this out, I'll get the Li Shang, and Almo get 2 damage. Then Mickey can just take it out, or we're getting pain here and pass, or we can play Lumiere, and Lumiere can help Broom take out Alma, and Mickey take out Li Shang, which will put us in a great spot. Okay, that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna play Ink Caster first though, and I'm gonna ink this Flotsam. Don't think we quite need that this game. Lumiere, and then do exactly what I talked about. Alma with this, and then Mickey Mouse gonna take out Li Shang. But he is pretty high in lore, about to go to 12 at least. So, okay. Peppa left Lumiere open. Is he taking it out? No, he quested still. Okay. We are going to have Broom take out Pain. We're going to quest this Mickey. And I think I don't really want to heal it. I need to establish a body that's big. I think we're going to ink this Mulan and play Pluto and heal Mickey and pass. Oh, I probably shouldn't have inked the Mulan. Well, I guess they're both one questers, so. Yeah, this way Pluto takes out that. It's got a lot of high questers, so this is starting to be scary. I'm gonna ink Triton so I can double play Stitch and Chameleon. Gives me 3 lore a turn if they quest. And I'm gonna quest everything. I'm even gonna quest Lumiere, especially because if he takes the trade on Lumiere, I'm super happy that he took out Lumiere rather than quested. Another 2-quester, or looking like we are going to just get outquested and lose again, fortunately. I need to be able to take Anna out with a 1-quester, which technically Camilio is. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, that's really good. Brawl Jacques to stop the bleeding. Challenge here. And just quests. And now this puts us in a better spot. Oh, I guess because of Mickey Mouse having Reckless, it actually would have been better to have Stitch and Mickey swing and Camellia be able to quest, because then it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So that's what I should have done. I should have had Camellia gain the lore and Stitch and Mickey take out Anna, and then quested with these 3 for 5. So if I lose by 1 lore, that's why. It will have actually been my fault. But I think we should be good. Because we'll threaten lethal next turn. And yeah, he'll be able to quest to 17, but he shouldn't be able to finish it out. And by shouldn't, I mean there's actually no way that he'd be able to finish it out. Play Nessus. I'm not gonna even ink it. I don't need to. Aurora. So he goes to 17, and we will finish this one out. Gain the lore. That was a close game. Um, if I didn't draw Brawl, he'd go to 19 lore. I'd be a little slower. I still win, but it's much closer without that Brawl top deck. So that Brawl really, really helped us. And I don't know if you saw in my opponent's hand, it said they had first aid. If that first aid had been any one lore quester and I hadn't drawn Brawl, it would have potentially been their game to win. Um, one really big thing to learn in like limited and sealed is you do also have to play. Sorry, limited, sealed, and constructed is you have to learn how to play to your outs. Um, and sometimes you have to make plays that are a little risky because you're gonna lose if you just play it safe, and you have to be like, okay, if I get one of these three cards, I can still win. But that doesn't mean every time you're playing the game should you look for the opportunity to gamble on whether you get a card or not. It just means if you're behind, sometimes you might have to take plays that make less sense or are a little more reckless in order to play to your outs. But and you want to play to whatever your most outs are. You don't want to play to like, oh, if I play like this, one card in my deck saves me. Like, no, that's probably not a good idea then. If it's like better to play more moderate, but now you have 8 cards as your outs, that's a much better chance. But thank you everybody for watching. Our first loss on the limited Lorcana. Hopefully we don't get too many more of those. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. And again, thank you so much for all the views on my drafting for Rise of the Floodborn. If there's any specific set that you guys enjoy watching more than others, please let me know, and I'll be happy to draft it. And more and Shimmering Skies to come soon. I'll probably do one of each before this weekend. So thank you so much everybody for watching, and have a wonderful day.